What is going on YouTube? Blaze Shadowthorn here, coming back at you with another Pokemon narrated Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. It's been a long time since I've recorded a Wi-Fi battle. It's probably been about 2 months. And it's been probably, I want to say like, at least a week, if not 2 weeks, since I've even played an ORAS game. This is actually the latest game I played against B2j135. He had a Pokemon stream, so I stopped by, and I was like, battle me, brah. And he was like, okay. And we had this battle. Looking at threats on his team, definitely that Azumarill, if it sets up, could be a bit of a problem, since I don't really have a lot of things. Like, my best thing is Ferrothorn, and if it packs Superpower, and it's at a high enough range of HP, a Rocky Helmet and Iron Barbs won't be able to knock it out. I mean, I do have a defensive Gyarados, so I have that to kind of check it, but it's not a very solid check. Other than that, Haxorus, if it sets up to +1, has the potential to sweep my entire team, especially since I don't have a Scarfer on my team. So those are the biggest of threats. Obviously, Scizor and Mega Manectric could be a bit problematic. Fortress, if it sets up enough entry hazards, annoying, but it's not like it's a threat, it's just like entry hazards. So we both lead off with our Manectrics, which is cool. Lead off with Valkyrie, leads off with Sparking. Unfortunately for me, he wins the first speed tie by hitting me up with a Flamethrower. That's fine though. So it doesn't really matter. First one doesn't really matter, so long as I outspeed him the second turn, I can knock him out. If I don't, then, well, I lost my Mega, and he still has his, which, he decides to Mega Evolve right here, so I was like, yes, he's gonna do it, he's gonna Volt Switch, he's gonna Volt Switch, he's gonna Volt Switch, the Volt Switch, the Volt Switch, no. Gets off his Intimidate, and, unfortunately for me, I lose both speed ties, which sucks, and he is able to 2 KO me with Flamethrower, so I do lose my Mega Manectric. It does absolutely nothing, this game, which makes me a little sad. So go to attack on Sylveon. Maybe you know who she is, maybe you don't. She does GFX, artist on Twitter, used to do YouTube, don't think she does anymore, but pretty talented, I gotta say. I really like her work, big fan, 10 out of 10, so I named my Sylveon after her. But I do catch the Scizor on the incoming, switch in with Power Fire, which is nice. I think I was predicting the Ferrothorn, honestly, but Scizor works. Unfortunately, I don't pick off the KO, but I do switch in my Ferrothorn to absorb the Bullet Punch, take negligible damage from that, and then the Iron Barbs just kills him off, which is nice. So what he's going to do now is he is going to bring in his Illuminati, the Chandelure. That might actually be my Chandelure. Maybe. That sounds like a nickname I would give my Chandelure. But anyways, I decided to go into Whiskers, which is my specially defensive Gyarados, because I really like specially defensive Gyarados. I remember I made a team on Showdown with it once, and then I genned it, and then I think like a week later, my method for genning stopped working. So this was one of the last Pokemon that I ever genned, and I never used it, and I was like, you know what, it's time to use this. But he makes, like, the best and worst play ever. He actually went into his Mega Manectric as Death Fodder, but I went for the Thunder Wave trying to catch something with the Para. So it works out for him well. It works out for him extremely well. And I'm forced to switch out. I'm going to go into Pickles because I know he's going to either Volt Switch or drop a Thunderbolt. There's no way he's Flamethrowering because his switch doesn't make sense. So that works for me. And then I play another double switch into Sylveon. Maybe he's going to Volt Switch, but chances are he's going to go for the Flamethrower. I didn't want to switch directly into a Thunderbolt, even though I am offensive, or I have Assault Vest, so I'm like max HP, max special defense with Assault Vest. I didn't want to take a Thunderbolt. So with a little bit of switching and maneuvering around, I'm able to play around that threat. He brings back in his Fortress, and at this point in time, he thinks I'm Specs. He thinks that's Specs damage, because it does do a lot of damage, so I'm able to switch it up, catch him with the Hidden Power Fire, knock out his Fortress, and he's a bit upset. He's a bit upset because I'm winning, and he doesn't like to lose, and he's like, wow, you're actually playing competitively. Because I remember, like, most of the times when I play Brian, I don't really care too much. I'm just like messing around, but I just got off a high winning streak on Showdown, so I had the competitive mindset in mind when I was playing this game. So I was like, I actually tried, and this is what happens when you actually try. You do good. You do good things. So right here, I'm going to double into Pickles once again. Pretty easy switch for me, especially since I got his Asmero down to a range of HP where it was. Even if he hit me up with a superpower, even if he predicted me to switch and he went for a double belly drum, like, he can't do anything. And at this point in time, Ferrothorn was only needed for that. Because he has, like, his, he has his Haxorus, he has his, Chandelure, and he probably has one or two other mons that it really doesn't matter what, I don't need Ferrothorn for any of them. But anyways, right here, I make the cool play of predicting him to DD in my face, so I'm going to hit it up with a Gyro Ball, which does nice damage. Right here, I am banking on the fact of him going for, him holding the Lumberry, because a lot of Haxoruses do carry Lumberry. So when I double into Whiskers on the EQ, I'm not going to click Thunder Wave. Instead, I'm going to click Scald, because it'll do a bit of damage. Resisted hit, but still do a bit of damage. And if I do get the burn, I will force him to eat his Lumberry. Unfortunately, I don't get that chance because he's going to reveal Rock Slide, and he does get the flinch. Unfortunate. I didn't actually see that coming. Once I saw EQ, I thought he wouldn't have Rock Slide, but silly me, because, you know, you have Dragon Claw to hit it. You only need Earthquake for the steel types. But anyways, gonna sack off Pickles right here once again. It's at 10 HP. Maybe he was gonna go for a Dragon Claw, I don't know, didn't want to risk the miss. Stranger things have happened. So now I'm gonna go into the Tom Sawyer, now I'm gonna go into the Pangoro, and it's like, okay, it's time to just sweep at this point in time. He decides to Dragon Dance again. I don't understand that play. It doesn't matter because he was at neutral attack because of the Intimidate drop from the Gyarados, so he wouldn't have been able to knock me out regardless. So that's not a problem. It was a bit interesting, though, that he didn't decide to go for a Dragon Claw. But it do knock off his Lumberry, so I was correct in my assumption that he was rocking the Lumberry. He's going to go into Sparking. I hear it make a terrible misplay. It doesn't really end up mattering, but it was pretty bad. He paralyzes me, so I get haxed a little bit with the flinch, losing the 2 speed ties and then the para. I go for the knockoff. I should have clicked Drain Punch. 10 out of 10 Drain Punch was my better play. I would have been able to get more HP back. It is more powerful because he's holding the Mega Stone. He doesn't get knocked off. And I would have gotten more HP back, which I think I already said, but I'll reiterate that point. Right here, he clicks Shadow Ball. I was wondering why he clicked Shadow Ball because it was a resisted hit, but then I knock off his Choice Specs, so I was like, oh, okay, so he's holding Choice Specs. I guess that makes sense because I do have my Gyarados left, and then I have a Latios, so Flamethrower would have been resisted on both of them, so he needed to click Shadow Ball, needed to hope that it killed it, and then somehow outspeed the rest of my team. So that's the Wi-Fi battle. Hope you guys did enjoy that. If you did, well, let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, it feels good to be narrating again. So hopefully I will get some more battles recorded, stocked up, and ready to go. So there won't be a month or two of not uploading again. That was, I don't know, it's like I didn't have any free time that time. And when I did have free time, I was playing, I got Dragon Age Origin. I bought that game like 3 years ago when it was on sale. There was like this Humble Bundle Origin E something bundle, and it had that, it had like Dead Space, so I got it for Dead Space 2 because I really wanted to play that game. And I just sort of like pushed Dragon Age aside, and I was like, the last month, I was like, you know what? Well, let's just see what this is about. I played it, and I played through the game. I think I'm on like my 4th playthrough at this point in time. Just trying out all the different dialogue, different paths you can take. I really enjoy the game though. So that's it. See y'all next time. Bye.